Hello. Thanks for dropping in. I have done something that I try not to do. But sometimes, well, sometimes you just gotta go for it. So what happened was, I was looking on Kijiji of all things, which I do now and again, and just do a search on Commodore. And up came a thing. Guy had, as he reported, hundreds of disks, which would work. I'm not sure if it's a double-sided thing, whatever, I don't remember. It just looked at some, would work on like the old IBM PCs as well as the old Commodores. And I said, And he did not want a whole bunch for them, so I wrote to him quickly, and I guess I was first. Asked if he would ship them, because of course he was in a city that's not far, but not that close. And certainly with gas prices these days, it was better to just say how much for shipping. Anyway, he did say, there's somebody else interested, and I said, well, would you have to ship it to them too? He said, yes. I said, well, if you got to ship it somewhere, ship it to me. So here is the box. I have not opened it. Oh, but it's heavy. It is all right. So there's some packing material. Ooh. My word. It's a load and go. Bits and pieces and clues. For the Commodore 64, 128. Huh, imagine. Okay. Packing material. Oops. Oh my. Well, I would say definitely whoever had all these was somehow Commodore oriented. Yes, I don't know what's on any of these, or if there's nothing. For example, look. Single-sided double density. With soft-sectored, with hovering. These look brand new, unused. They do. Now, they may have something on them. Certainly, I don't see any signs of wear at all, but you never know, you know. Anyway, I can't get all of these things out right now. For packing material. But wow. Oh, there's another one. I would say his estimation is pretty accurate. Now, of course, VIP terminal. My word. Here is a box. Two-sided double density. Let's see. Is this a box of discs that has been used for things? Or not? Now the other thing. Multiplan. I don't know. Multiplan files. Word processor. Spellmaster. Paperclip. Files. Word processors. Paperclip. Paperclip. Okay, so yeah, this does indeed look like, just from looking at, you know, a little bit of it, this was somebody who was into Commodore things. And some of these, of course, will be, like here's one, the labels come off, and it's ugly. And I can't read what that says. And these ones just have numbers. Oh, Gazette. Probably computes Gazette something. Anyway, these just have numbers. Maybe there's something to do with the backup. And some of them are sticky and gross. Oh, what's that? T-Pug. Something. You know what? I'm going to set that aside. Commodore. Boot Commodore. Oh no. No. I'm not getting into Commodore right now. No. Anyway, from the looks of it, the little bits I've seen, this was probably, even though of course I'm trying to get rid of things, it was probably a good thing to do. Oh, I gotta move this box. Oh. So, it had a little packing material on the top, but not much. So, now, so I have some discs. I will set them here for a moment. This thing, I'm going to pop it open. I was watching, or experimenting, with a DVD player, and a DVD from a show that I was on called Copper Season 2. You will not find me on Season 1. Alright. So, this thing, at the moment, I do not need to be right here. So, with great care, oh, I don't like this. Things are falling. Things are happening. I never want to unplug things again from this. Alright. You know what? I'm going to set that in the box of discs. And while I have this turned, I'm going to switch the switch on the back to the upper position. I do believe I'm still plugged in. I am. But I gotta make sure that I have power. What is going on here? To everything else. Yeah. But I might need power too. And I must make sure that the video cable I have plugged into this is actually the one, and I don't think it is. Actually, the one that's still plugged into the monitor, and I don't think it is. That sounds better. I can hear a little sputtering. Feel like it's going in. Okay, that feels like it's going in. What do we got? Alright. Now also, I do remember, I'm going to turn this sideways, not so that you can't see it, but in the last video I did, where I was trying to have this point up towards my recording device, it ended up looking terrible. Terrible. Tragically terrible. Okay. So, these are the typical discs that I have around here. I don't want to mix them up. Now, one danger there is always with these things is discs can grow sludge. And boy, I wonder, is there a disc in here? Yes, there is, but boy, guess they didn't want to ruin the original packaging. Anyway, here is a disc. Anyway, they can, of course, grow sludge and dirty the heads of whatever drive that they are put into. That went well. Maybe I will load the menu with comma 8, comma 1. Yeah, that works better. So this disc, whatever it is, it seems to be Adventure Games. We strongly suggest you make a backup copy of this disc. That makes sense. So I think I'm going to cut myself on this thing. Oh well. I will put it down. Press any key, yes. So this is like, yeah, they all have, well, that disc anyway has the smell of sort of mildew, and that can grow stuff. Green Valley Publishing. Okay, can we just, now we gotta go for the whole demo thing. African Adventure, Pirate Adventure, King's Tomb. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to quit. What's it loading now after I've quit? Oh, golly. Oh yes, you can get all these at your local Load and Go dealer. Yeehaw. And it does seem that it has reset the computer. Alright, here are discs that, well, this one looks blank. Having a little trouble reading. Yeah. Well, this could be the dirty one that fouls up the heads. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in a command that will force it to initialize, which is not formatting. To open 15, 8, 15, quote, I, the letter I, and the number 0, quote, colon, close 15. And if this thing can sort of be sorted, it will be. And it's just flashing. Oh, it's double-sided. Let's try the back side. And we'll try that same thing. Oh, it may. Oh, you know what? I think with some trepidation. Ooh. Oh, it's GEOS things. Which of course makes sense because of course what is sitting here, close at hand, but a GEOS disk. But the front side is certainly not cooperating. It's just not. And of course I typed that in wrong because I went too fast. Let's try again on the front side. Oh, it is finally, it is loading something. Oh, looks like perhaps a backup of GEOS. I remember when I was talking with Sid Bolton not long before his terribly untimely death. He told me he used to love, oh yeah, this is GEOS, he used to love all the GEOS and the Q-Link things. Or I guess it was Q-Link. Q-Link came with, just stick discs with everything, and he just loved getting the free blank discs. What have we done? I'm going to reset the computer. I'm going to try that again. I've just loaded the first thing on this disk. Now I will type run, and we'll see what happens. This is not the backup, it is booting GEOS. By the way, in case I've made myself not clear, I am not a fan of GEOS. I never have been, I never will be. Never, ever, 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 ever. So while this is doing its thing and taking my Commodore 64 that I know quite well, turning it into a demon that I no longer know, I'm just going to look at these discs. These discs here, these verbatim ones. Oh, there it is. It's GEOS. Anyway, they are all blank on the outside, on the front. They all say one side, double density, with hovering. Ooh. One of them has the number 1 written on it. Maybe I'll have a look at that. As for GEOS, good night, Irene. I will put that there. And I'm going to load up the directory on this disk. Perhaps, if it will load. If there is something there. There is something there. Okay. There is a file. And it's called AD. That's all it is. It's one block. Can't be big. Maybe nothing. It's nothing. Unless, of course. Well, that's interesting. I will reset gently. Oops. I will try the old load asterisk quote comma 1, and it is nothing. I see. Very strange. Alright, but the disk does seem to work. That is encouraging. I'm just going to quickly have a look at any of these. They might, because you know the one thing I do like about these discs is the sleeves that Verbatim came out with from I found. The sleeve was good. It was rigid. Alright, my gut tells me that these have never been used, never been formatted, never anything. But do I know for sure? I do not. This one seems to have something else. Alan Detzler. Fun in the Sun. For some reason, it's in capitals. Okay, I think these might be some sort of other, maybe data files, maybe something. I don't really want to pry into something that is, oh, there's some paper in here. There's paper. I don't want to pry into stuff that I don't want to see. Let's see. Okay, that just seems to have something on it. What is here? console. Yep, that's what, although it did not load very nicely. It has weird things at the beginning. Alright, I'm going to reset again. I'm going to look at the directory again. Well, that's funny. Well, you know, it doesn't come up right. It's like the file is not right. Spy Hunter. I don't even see Spy Hunter on here. Oh yeah, I do. Well, I'm going to just try and see what happens. Rock. Something is weird. Very strange. Now, see that on a directory, and I know you can't see this very well, maybe I'll do it on the other monitor. If a file has an asterisk at the end, it means something's not right here. And certainly the block count is way off. I see Spy Hunter here. I'll try it, but I think it's loading. Oh. I see. So I load that in and then it puts in a little program. No. This is weird. Very strange. Very strange indeed. I'm going to try the old comma 8, comma 1 thing. Oh, okay, so it's supposedly loading Spy Hunter. Anyway, what am I finding? That indeed there could be some things on these disks. It would take some time to go through, if I decide to go through. Perhaps I will. Alright, I'm going to put that back in here. I'm going to let this load. Now keep in mind, you know, they say single-sided double density. But you see, way back in the day, this was a funny thing, they'd say, oh, yes, it's only single-sided. But you see, we, Commodore people, the head on our drive, I gotta think about this, did the bottom of the disk. And Apple did the top of the disk. So here you are buying single-sided disks, but depending on which computer you have, they use different sizes. Spy Hunter. I see. Alright, it looks like you're supposed to drive down this thing and shoot people. Or shoot at cars. Well, I happen to have a joystick plugged in. Key or joy? Joy. Novice or expert? Novice. And I'm going to put on, this is the auto fire joystick. I don't need that flame flare. I can't. Oh, I see. Now I can get in. Oh, I crashed and died. Oh dear. That's not good. Alright. So I guess what I have to do is accelerate. And then I can put on, I don't know why. Oh, I guess I banged into something. Hey, why would you bang into it? So what good does it do if I'm firing at these things if I can't do anything to them? I did that one. No points. No points. I don't understand. Why is this truck after me? No points. No points. No points. I'm confused. Well, I guess this thing kind of works. Oh, am I supposed to ram things? Ah! Okay, well, somebody ran me off the road. Anyway, enough of that. So it does seem that some of these discs have something. Okay, much more to do. I think maybe at this second I will take a break and I will continue to explore. So, also keep in mind, if you do end up with a dirty disk that makes your drive not work, you need a Q-tip and you need some rubbing alcohol, and you can tidy it up again. Hopefully that does not happen. Anyway, thanks so much for coming. Stay tuned, undoubtedly. There will be a lot of discs to look through. There will be. Until we meet again, keep your stick on the ice, stay safe, wear a mask if you want it, and I hope you want it.